Got everything right, sweet. Okay, yo, what is up, guys? All right, today I want to do a 3-part series. Maybe not 3 parts, maybe I'll chop it up even further. Let's make a video about commercial video production. Recently, and actually not for quite a while, I haven't made a narrative film I haven't made a narrative video in a while. What I have really been jamming on and what I really like nowadays is commercial video production. So what is that? That's making commercials. That's selling shit. That's telling stories, trying to convince customers to buy things through the power of video. That was our main way of making money at Valley Films, and now I'm working at Tommy's TV, and that's our main way of making money. We tell brand stories, we tell company stories, we tell stories that are compelling to the customer, and the customer wants to buy it. I'm gonna give you a little intro as to why I like commercial video production, and then we'll go into the certain stages, the pre-production, production, and post-production. Maybe we'll even go into like the execution after post-production. What I like the most about this is just how fast-paced it is and how results-driven these things are. With the commercial campaign, you're working within usually less than a 3-month window from pre-production, production to post-production, and it's fast turnover, and then after that 3 months, you're on to another project. And then as well, it's very results-driven. You can see the video stats, you can see the conversion rates, you can see how this video affected that company's campaign and if they liked it and if it actually accomplished the goal that it had. The problem with narrative film and and cinema, it's a long process if it is your project. It's a very long process. It could be 1 to 2 years, 3 maybe. I mean, some films take 10 years. I mean, so you're working on a single project for at least 2 years. And the results sometimes pay off, sometimes don't pay off. So they could be a huge success, or you could spend 2 years on a film and nothing really comes from it, even though you've invested that 2 years of time. The cool part about commercial video production, you're able to flow in and out of projects, but while still participating in the filmmaking process of story, pre-production, production, and post-production. You can work on a lot of projects in a single year and get a wider array of skills acquired. You can get more experiences. I think it's way cooler and way more beneficial at this moment in my life as a 23-year-old, almost 24, as a young filmmaker who is still getting their feet wet. I'm working a bunch of different mediums, working with different clients. I definitely see this as a very beneficial way to prepare yourself if you do plan to go into the cinema world. Okay, let's talk about the first part of the video campaign, or creating a commercial video, and that's the idea phase. So there's usually a few ways this works out. Either your client comes to you and says, we have an idea for a video and we need you to make it. So with that means you're mostly just like, you're just the operator. You're using your skills as video, but you're not really having much creative input, except probably in production, and you're only giving a little bit of consultancy in pre-production. So they say, we have this idea, we need you to shoot it like this, we need it to look like this, we want it to feel like this, we want it to sound like this. You have those skills to make that, so make it for us. Probably the luckier situation you can be in is when you're having to create the video yourself. You are becoming the ad agency and you're the video production house. And this can happen in small video production companies, usually bigger ones where it's like they're strictly video production, big, like working on multi-million-dollar commercials. They may just be sort of the operator and the ad agency, which is probably also a multi-million-dollar agency. They're coming with the creative, so there's never really a meeting in the middle. There's never a side where the video production house is coming up with the creative. So in the smaller settings, which is what I'm in, and I love it, you're able to sometimes take over the creative or be a majority stakeholder of the creative, whereas the ad agency is almost just supplying the opportunity and the funding, and they say, we trust your vision, we don't really know what we're doing, so We want you guys to make something cool. I like those situations. That is fucking cool. The idea phase, it's just like any other idea phase for products, for a movie, for a song. You're sitting there and either it's in a group setting or you're by yourself and you're just thinking like, okay, this is the goal that the client has. They're trying to sell coffee cups. How are we going to sell coffee cups effectively? And then you have to start thinking of like context of the day that you're in. You're in 2016 at the moment. How do people sell nowadays? What's been trending? What's cool? What's interesting to people? What's going to grab their attention? Because you're trying to sell something and people don't like getting sold to in 2016. They like to participate in stories. They like to the moment, like people's bullshit meters are so high. So when you're in these idea phases, you have to think about all those factors. How do you tell a story that isn't bullshit and that is compelling? That's fun. That's a fun thing to do. So you got to come up with ideas. You say, all right, we want to do this video about coffee cups. We want to sell this certain way. We want to tell this story. You come up with those ideas, and then you need to refine those ideas. And then you need to put it through the filter of 2016. Is this story compelling for 2016? And then you also have to think about your end game. Where and how are you going to tell this story? Is this video going to go to the web only? Is this going to Facebook video? Is this a YouTube campaign? Is this for TV? Is this a TV, radio, web only campaign? And you have to kind of prepare for everything. Knowing those factors is going to help you determine your budget, pre-production, production, and your post-production schedules, and just everything. You have to know, like, okay, we're trying to sell coffee cups. How are we doing this? Where is this ad being placed? Where is this video being placed? And then once you figured out where it's being placed, and probably simultaneously, you have to also figure out who are we selling this to? Who are we telling the story to? So it's a web story. It's for Facebook, but are we trying to sell coffee cups to teenage girls, or are we trying to sell it to middle-aged men, or a combination of college-age students? Like who are we selling this story to? Who are we telling this video story to? What are your analytics? What is your target market? What has been your demographic for coffee cups? Yeah, like this YouTube video here, checking my analytics, it's like 60% male. It's like everyone is mostly under the age of 25, mostly under the age of 30. So it's like I'm not going to tell the story like I would be telling it to a 35-year-old woman, because that's not my demographic. You have to understand like who you're selling to. Who am I telling the story to? So then on a deeper level of like commercial video production, commercial storytelling, it's like you understand what you're selling, but then a deeper thing, you have to understand, what are you really selling? We're selling coffee cups, but what are we really selling? Well, you can say since this is a Starbucks brand, we're selling it as an identity. I identify with the branding of Starbucks, and I like the feeling of being a Starbucks coffee cup owner, and that makes me feel a part of a group. So now you're not selling coffee cups, you're selling a welcoming group. You're selling like brand association. Like, I want to be a part of this tribe, so this is how I can be a part of this tribe, by having this coffee cup. In like commercial video production, commercial storytelling, you have to like really hit at these like deep physiological, deep psychological needs that people have. It's like, whoa, like that's deep commercial storytelling. There's just like, hey, buy this, it's great, it holds coffee, but it's like, okay, no, like you have this, and you're now part of the millions of people that can relate to you because they see this logo. They like, so it's like you have to like start thinking that deep. It gets fucking deep, and that's how you need, when you're in commercial video production. That's how you have to sell it, because people don't give a shit. They skip the video ad. But you have to like compel them to want to watch this. So you have to hit that deep need. So that's the idea phase. So once you have that all laid out, then it moves on to, well, I guess it probably moves on to approval from the client. You say, hey, we have this commercial idea, we have this video idea, we want to do this, and we want to tell it in this way, and we want it to land on this platform. So once that's been approved, then you move on to pre-production. So cool. I'm gonna cut the video short here. This is gonna be called like the idea phase of commercial video production. I'll think of a catchier title in post. Oh, I'm gonna stop. Okay, check me out, guys. Jordan P. Anderson. Thanks for watching. Next video is coming up in just a few days about commercial pre-production, and then we'll go into production and post-production and client relations and all that stuff. So yeah, so thanks for watching.